Without the local help from the Rotary and all that sort of stuff, you wouldn't have a sports day like today, and you wouldn't have all these competitors competing.
I've been taking part in disabled games now for nearly 15 years.
It's really good because I can compete at the same level as other people.
It means getting out, enjoying myself, and taking part in lots of events and meeting lots of interesting people.
I'm hoping that I'll do the Paralympics in 2012.
Recommend it to anybody.
I think it's a wonderful idea to transform Aldwych Science School into this lovely arena and dining room. I feel privileged to be here.
They talk about the credit crunch, but as you can see, we've got some 30 plus tables, so we're quite delighted with that.
I think what you'll see tonight is pure boxing conducted in a sporting manner.
We have tonight 3 Olympic hopefuls for 2012, and one of them was the winner of the gold medal in the European Championships in November.
What they're providing tonight, a match between England and Ireland, is something to get quite excited about.
Because it's a chance to represent my country, I'm always grateful, so I'm really pleased to box for my country, and Rotary for helping me box for my country.
This is a long road to the Olympics 2012, so basically it's preparing the lads, Tonio and all the team people to get prepared for 2012 London Olympics.
I won my fight 10 for 6.
And getting kids off the streets, doing things like this, it's absolutely brilliant, and the way they've organised the event, everything is impeccable. The flags and the girls and everything, the whole show has gone absolutely brilliant so far. So I'd like to just say, from Eastside Boxing Club and England, thank you very much to the Rotary.
Well, we're 3.5 years away from the Olympic Games at this moment in time, and just one bout can turn a lad's boxing career from, being just a mediocre international, if we can call it that, to being a superstar. Just take, for example, young Ian Weaver boxed on this last year. He was, a junior national champion. Since then, he's gone out to the Commonwealth Games in Pune in India with me about 3 months ago, won the gold medal over there, and since coming back now, he's become a funded boxer, one of the special 30 boxers throughout Great Britain, not just England.
That's my first 3-3 senior fight, so I think the more shows they put on, the better it is for local lads to get experience. Hopefully I'll go to the Commonwealth Games in 2010 in Delhi, and then hopefully the 2012 Olympic Games in London. That's my dream, that's what I want to do, so hopefully I can fulfil it and keep doing what I'm doing.
Just like to say the ABA are delighted and honoured to be involved in this prestigious event. It's a fantastic opportunity for our boxers who are progressing through the ranks, obviously aiming towards 2012. It's a great experience for them and also a great fundraiser, and the Rotary Club do a fantastic job. What they've laid on for our boxers and all our officials is outstanding.
The Wessex Autistic Society needs $500,000 a year to keep its services running for people with autism in the area. The free services that we provide need fundraising to stay around, and they are the information advice line, our drop-in group for people with Asperger's, and an employment support group for people with autism, and we help children and adults alike. So without the funds from the Rotary, we can't keep all those services running.
My family taking part in this means an awful lot to them. They enjoy swimming, they enjoy keeping fit, but they also enjoy raising money for the chosen charities. This is the 3rd year they've done it, and they really don't mind which charities they're raising money for. They just enjoy partaking in it and getting the money.
It's been great because we had someone from our Asperger's drop-in group swimming with us, so they were there. There's someone who benefits from our services. They were there taking part, supporting what the Rotary do for charities like us. We had 2 boys who are the sons of our head teacher at our school, Portfield, and it was just lovely to see all the different types of community groups and people taking part and supporting the event.
I think it's a really good event. It raises a lot of money, up to £19,000 a turn, and it's good fun and lots of people enjoy it, and it's generally a really good thing to do.
I think the Rotary do a fantastic job. This is the 7th year they've organised this event. It takes a lot of organising, I know it does, and it's brilliant. The money they raise is outstanding.
I think Rotaries are fantastic because Wimborne Rotary especially have always supported us as a local charity, and organising something fun which is accessible to all abilities like swimming it's brilliant, and it's a great way to raise awareness and funds in the local area. So we're always very grateful that they choose us and choose to support our projects.
The Running for the Disabled group in Brockenhurst were being kicked out, if you like, of their existing premises, which were out in the open, and the kids were having to cancel various events because of the weather and whatever. So I discussed with Sue Lyons, who's the chairman, as to what we might do in my year as president. Adele, hi, you're a full-time instructor here at Ford Farm. Can you tell me what difference it's made to you guys?
The one good thing about the indoor school is it doesn't matter what the weather, whether it's really hot, sunshine, you know, where the kids might have before dehydrated or got too hot, we had to worry about the sun on some of them, or whether it's pouring with rain, snowing, wind, hail, we can come in here, we can do it whenever we want, and it's been absolutely brilliant because they've got a roof over their heads, they've got somewhere where people can stand, they can get a cup of tea, they can have a sit down, you know, their parents are able to come and watch as well, which they're more likely to do because they can stay dry.
I'm a recently retired architect. One of the difficulties in this area with an indoor riding arena in the New Forest is that at the time the planners were not keen to have indoor riding facilities provided because of the pressure within the forest itself which resulted. So we had to get over that obstacle, which we did as a result of the need being for people with disabilities. The project was achieved against some difficulties. I personally gained from it in that I was able to use my skills professionally for a purpose which was charitable. And I think if you're a professional person and you have skills and you're able to use them for that purpose, then that's extremely worthwhile and very rewarding.
And in terms of Rotary, James, I'm bound to ask you, your awareness of Rotary is heightened, or how do you think that's gone, particularly in the village?
Well, I think locally I was pretty aware of it, but you know, as far as the project here is concerned, I think it's made the whole village aware because, as you know, at the time we embarked on a series of fundraising ventures, and they involved different sections of the village and the community, and everybody to a greater or less extent got involved. And yeah, I think obviously Rotary were at the forefront and gained a very high profile through it.
Might remember the fact that 26th of April 1986 it was the world's worst nuclear disaster, and you might think, well, we're quite a way down the line now, which is true, but unfortunately a lot of the radiation that was released then is still around now. Cesium-137 actually takes 30 years to reduce the amount of radiation by a half.
I just want to say hello to everybody. I'm Steve Connolly, the director at Festival Place. Thank you all very much for coming along this evening to this Rotary Club event. We're very proud to be helping to host this event, and what will be a fantastic evening for everybody. Always got the champagne already started, so that always makes things go with a little bit of a fizz and a pop.
The first prize is lunch for two at the Four Seasons Hotel at Dogmersfield. Imagine that. That is won by Eileen Scriven. Eileen, you are number one. Well done. second prize is half a case of red and white wine.
I was working voluntarily at Andover CAB, and the buggy I had at the time just really was falling apart and wasn't getting me very far anymore. A gentleman from Andover Rotary came in, who I didn't know at the time, asking did I know anyone that needed a buggy. How much are you looking for was the question, because I didn't have a lot of money spare being on benefits for so long. But then he said that they were looking to give it to somebody, and I put my name forward. Really, I was very lucky to be offered it. It is wonderful. There's no way I could have afforded to buy myself anything that was halfway decent. I was actually having quite severe financial problems a year or two ago. Since I've had the scooter, it's enabled me to go from doing voluntary work to actually getting a paid job for the first time in 15 years. I was volunteering at the British Heart Foundation, and I'm now the assistant manager there. Life's just looking so much better all round. You know, it's actually enabling me to put a little bit of money aside towards the day when I don't have this one anymore, and I will be able to afford to get another one then.
Soul and Dolphin is an independent charity which was formed in 1988. It was the brainchild of a group of members of the New Forest Rotary Club, and they had the idea that it would be very nice to take people who were disabled out to sea to give them the thrills of what it was like to be out at sea. And this is the first boat here. It was a flat-bottomed sea truck, very wet but great fun. In 1994, a larger, newer boat was purchased, and this is the newer boat, and this is the present boat, the Alison McGregor. When the first boat came into service, it did 1 or 2 trips a week, and it had 1 skipper and 1 crew. Since then, it has become so popular that the boat goes out 3 times a day, 7 days a week, from May till September. In order to cope with this, we have a complement of 21 qualified skippers and a volunteer base of 70 who run the boat and run the organisation. Many of them are Rotarians, and they crew and run the boat. Everybody on board is a volunteer, nobody is paid. It is also free to all of the passengers. But of course it costs quite a lot to run the boat. So we get our funding from various places. The Alison McGregor takes 12 passengers at a time on 2-hour trips around Southampton Water and its tributaries. The whole venture, I have to say, is an amazing example of what the enthusiasm of a group in a Rotary Club can achieve by way of providing a service to the local community. I'm proud to be part of it.